Hello and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to show you how you can create a approval flow. In this example we're going to put this approval flow on a record creation in a SharePoint list, but it's possible to apply this approval flow to any business process that you'd like to apply this on. So the first thing that we need to do is create a automated cloud flow, and I'm going to call this YouTube example approval. And as a trigger, we're going to use in this example when an item is created on the SharePoint list, but according to your business process that you'd like to apply the approval flow on, you can choose whatever trigger you like. For example, if something happens in Microsoft Teams, then that will be the trigger to start the approval flow. But we're going to go with when an item is created on the SharePoint list. So let's restore the connection. So at the site address, you have to select the address where the SharePoint list is located. And when you do so, a drop-down will automatically be generated at the lists. And in this example, we're going to use the travel requests. And then you can just select this. All right, so the action that we want to add to our trigger is called approval. And you have multiple options here. For example, you can create an approval and then do some other stuff within your flow. But in this scenario, we're just going to do this within the same action. And we're going to say start and wait for an approval. And as an approval type, we're going to go with that everybody that's involved in this approval flow needs to approve before the process can continue. But there are multiple options that you can choose from. So here we're going to have to add a title. So within our action, we have to specify some information. For example, the title, who it is will be assigned to. So these are all kind of things that can be static or can be dynamic. So for example, within our SharePoint list, there will be some available information. So for example, the requester email, the title, the ID, this is all dynamic data that you can use. So for example, you can say title, and then you can even add some static data as well. So this is just according to how your business process will do this, but this will be the same for assigned. This can be, for example, me as a static person, but it can also be the dynamic data of the person requesting this record. So this will be the dynamic data. So this is just according to whatever you need in your specific scenario. So as you can see, you can put in some more details here. You can make it as detailed with the information as you like. But for this scenario, we're going to leave it a bit basic, and we're going to put the requester email as the assigned to. But you can also add the details. But something that we do like to do in this example is that when this will be approved, we want to have some status change within our within the record on our SharePoint list. It's a column called approved. So we're going to add an action. We're going to add a condition. So when the approval is true, then we want to make the status change to approved yes. That's what we want to do. All right, to do so, we're going to need to add the condition. And as a value, we want to take the outcome of the approval flow. And the outcome here will be approve. It's approve or denied. This is the value that will be given from the action. So if this is true, what we want to do is we want to update an item in our SharePoint list. So here we're going to fill in our site and list name. And we're going to add the ID of the SharePoint item, which will be retracted from when an item is created. You can just pick this ID. And the change that we want to make to the SharePoint list is we want to set approve from no to yes. So when somebody rejects the approval flow, the condition will be false and there will be nothing happening. But you can also change another value in the SharePoint list. This is just according to your business process. All right, so now we've saved our flow. It's time to start testing. There's one thing that you need to know. The first time that you're going to use approval, it will be possible that it needs to be set up for your environment. This will take some time, but after this, you can just run the flows properly. All right, to start testing, we're going to create a new record on our SharePoint list because this is the trigger for the flow. So we're gonna add new. We're gonna call this YouTube example. And as a requester, I'm going to put myself. This will be just a list of all of your Azure AD users. So everyone that's part of the Microsoft 365 tenant and has access to the SharePoint site will be possible to put it as a requester here. And the rest of the data we're just going to leave blank because that's not part of our flow. And we're going to hit save and wait for the approval flow to start running. All right, we've just received our email from Power Automate Flow. And this will be what it looks like. If you add more dynamic data and details, it will all be available here. But it's just an email with our dynamic data, with our static data, and the options approve or reject. This will also be available from Power Automate itself, but it will also send an email to the person that needs to approve this. So we're going to hit approve. We're not going to add a comment, and we're just going to say submit. The action completed successfully. All right, so the last thing that we want to check is whether the change has been made successfully on the SharePoint side as well, because now we've approved the approval flow. It should also change the status on the record on the SharePoint list. And as you can see, the status has been changed from no to yes. Thank you all for watching this video. If you have anything that you'd like to see in the future, please let me know. And otherwise, I see you again.